Okay, so ideas of law. Now, this entire topic on ideas of law, say, like when we read the definitions part, there also we have seen, right? Like different philosophers or different jurists would have their own opinion on what is law, why is law necessary, like that, from where law has originated. Everyone would have their own different concepts. So this is nothing but what applies here as well, right? Ideas of law, as in from where law has come. From where law has come, what is its function, how is it applicable in the society. We have like different opinions. Based on that only, we have all these different ideas of law. Basically, different jurists would provide like different opinions on why law is necessary, how it originated, and everything. So law as such, we know it is nothing but rules or regulations that are needed to sort of regulate the members of the society so that they function well, properly, they act. It involves uniformity of behavior, constancy of happening or a course of event. Whatever is happening today, same ways only it would be repeated. If I have committed a crime, I face this consequence or the punishment, same would apply for other people who would be repeating similar kind of situation. We know now what is law, what is the function of law, but there are different jurists who have given their own opinions on what is law, why is law necessary, how law originated, and all that. They gave their own logic. Other people criticize their point of view also, but in a way we can say that they are not like completely true or completely wrong. It's like law is a mixture of basically all the philosophies that they have given. Okay, so what are these philosophies that we have? We will see. First one is the idea of natural law. So the philosophers who propounded this theory of natural law, they basically said that laws are not because of legislation. Like today we see there is parliament, there is state legislature who would make the law, make it applicable, we need to follow it. It's not like that. It's not because there is a legislation which is binding on us, we don't have any options, so we are following it. It's not like that. But how law has originated, it is born out of nature. We know what is right and what is wrong. We have that inherent tendency. That's how law is born. Okay, it is born out of nature. Humans have an inherent tendency to differentiate between right and wrong. So natural law is not taught to human, but it is something that they inherit it by making good and right decisions. Like, fine, today we have parliament, today we have state legislatures, they would make the law, they would make it applicable to us, that's completely fine. But then there are some, like in the earlier times, there was no parliament as such, right? When human civilization started, when people started to live in groups, there was no as such nothing law, no kings, no queens. What did people do? How did people, like survive those situations? They slowly realized, right? They realized that, okay, fine, maybe we have limited resources in this area, but there are, like fruits, vegetables, and stuff in other areas. So what we will do is, like a small group, we will live in this certain area, another group would live in that certain area, another group would live in that certain area, so that we don't have scarcity of fruits and other edibles, right? So these are what someone has not taught them, that you do like this. People realized it, that if we do in this way, we would be able to survive the situation, it would be for greater good, everyone would be able to enjoy. So this is what the concept of natural law is, that it came in itself. We have this tendency of differentiating between right and wrong, right? Even today, if we find ourselves in some trouble sort of a situation, we try to deal with that, right? We know that maybe we should do this, do that. This is nothing but how natural law has derived. Law is not something that in parliament people are sitting, they are making the law and giving it to us that it's binding on you. No.
And can I give an example?
Yeah.
Say me is it correct or wrong? Ma'am, we have a problem. I'm a student. I have a problem like my tests are coming, my exams will be conducted, and I am solving this. This can be said as natural law, ma'am.
If it is law, it can be said as law, but yeah, yours would be like a problem solving thing, right? So in a problem solving thing, yes, the problem solving, no one is teaching
like the
you.
Problem is arising naturally, ma'am.
Yes.
Just between it's just with me, ma'am.
Yes.
Like with all the students, and we are solving it. Can we like say it as a natural law, ma'am?
We cannot say it as natural law, but we can say it like the naturally you have learned how to solve the problem, because we are talking about law. Law as in, I can say that, okay, fine, we are living in this area. You don't enter our area because there would be scarcity of fruits or vegetables. You stay in this area. It's like a law, right? You cannot enter my area. So in earlier times, there was no, sort of law. Now it may be that, okay, we are India. You cannot simply enter here. You need a permission. Same used to happen in earlier times. That's how we are like relating it to law. But yours would be like a problem that you are facing, not like law as such. But yeah, it's something that you have naturally learned to solve it. On that point, it's correct, but not law, okay?
Ma'am, can you give some more examples for natural law?
Yeah, so take for example, it would be that in times of like Mahabharata Gita, there you would see some reference that, okay, when there was this like this war taking place, right? It used to happen that even though they were not having like a law as such relating to war, now we have a law, humanitarian law. In earlier times during Mahabharata and all, there was no law as such where it would be written. But still, at that point in time also, there were some rules like you cannot, like if I am with my bare hands, you cannot attack me with some weapons. That was considered as wrong. How? Because that people themselves realize that if I'm with my bare hands, I'm less powerful as compared to someone who is coming with guns or weapons and stuff. So both of us cannot be compared. Like that, after sunset, there cannot be a world, sort of some rules were there. These people realize that after sunset, we cannot see the enemies. Maybe we would not be able to distinguish. It's fine that we don't attack at night, right? Someone who is injured, who is wounded, that person should not be attacked because that person is already like less affected, like less like strength wise, he is not having that strength, right? In fact, there was one movie also, KSLU. Have you seen Hindi movies? Do you watch?
No, ma'am, not that much.
Okay, so there is one movie actually, KSLU. There also it was shown like there used to be this war between two groups. But then from this group, they were like, okay, they were even like providing water to the injured people from this other side. Why?
The
because
one who were opposite to them, ma'am?
Yes, they were like giving water, giving some treatment and stuff also. This is nothing but an example that we realize that it's bad, even though that point in time, maybe we were not having like a law as such. Okay, so natural law basically, two types of natural law, thesis and assist. Thesis believe that reasoning ability of human and the power to differentiate between right and wrong is what leads to development of law. However, for thesis, there is deity that created all the nature and created laws for all. So it may be believed that, okay, fine, there is God. Someone may believe on God, someone may not believe on God. But in both the cases, natural law may exist. Someone may say that, no, we have our own inherent tendency to differentiate between right and wrong. That's how we learned it. Someone may say that, no, we don't have that tendency. God has, we say, right, like God has a messenger, God transferred all the things to the messenger, right? We have all the religious leaders like that. So that is how, in both the cases, it's like natural law. It is coming from the nature.
Ma'am, can you like explain what is thesis law and atheist law, ma'am?
Theist and atheist is basically who believes on God and who do not believe. Atheist is someone who do not believe on God. So they say it's not something like God has given. We only have the ability of differentiating between right and wrong. We learn to differentiate, and that has eventually become like a law. Theists say that no, we don't have that ability, but it's rather like a deity that created it. God has transferred it, or maybe God was born like one amongst us, and that person like taught good things to the people. Like we have, right, Krishna was born like a normal kid only, and then he taught so many things. Like that we have so many examples where like a God is born like a normal person, and then that person teaches all the things. This is nothing but an example of theist, that God has taught us, or God has like sent a messenger to like correct the people. Okay.
Ma'am, for the atheist law, like the people who don't believe in God,
yes,
they'll think that they can solve their problem by themselves. They can do everything by themselves, but they don't believe in God.
Yeah, even if you feel that, okay, God has not taught us, but I only have the ability of differentiating between right and wrong. That's how law has developed. I only felt that, okay, if everyone lives together in this certain area, there would be scarcity of fruits and vegetables. That's why in earlier times we lived in like different groups in different area, so that we have availability of fruits, vegetables, and other things that we can eat. This is nothing but atheist view, right? Like we learned it from ourselves. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.